Once in a generation, sport transcends itself. It becomes more than a game, more than entertainment. It becomes a narrative, an epic saga played out on a global stage. And for 15 years, the world of football was captivated, polarized, and ultimately defined by one singular titanic struggle: Lionel Messi versus Cristiano Ronaldo. They were opposites in almost every conceivable way. The quiet, diminutive magician from Argentina versus the sculpted, relentless powerhouse from Portugal. Barcelona versus Real Madrid, natural talent versus obsessive dedication. Yet, bound together by fate and circumstance, they didn't just compete, they waged a sporting war that pushed the boundaries of human achievement. They shattered records, redefined greatness, and forced an entire planet to ask one impossible question: who is the greatest of all time? This isn't just about statistics, though the numbers are staggering. This is about legacy, about pressure, about two men who carried the weight of the world's expectations and used each other's brilliance as fuel. This is the story of how their rivalry didn't just elevate them, it elevated the entire sport. This is Messi versus Ronaldo. Our story begins with a boy seemingly touched by God, Lionel Andres Messi, born in Rosario, Argentina. Diagnosed with a growth hormone deficiency, his future in football seemed uncertain, but Barcelona saw the magic. They brought him to their famed La Magia Academy, funded his treatment, and unleashed a prodigy onto the world. From the start, Messi was different. The ball wasn't just near his feet, it was an extension of his being, his low center of gravity, his impossible close control, his vision. It seemed less like athletic prowess and more like sorcery. He didn't just beat defenders, he danced around them, leaving them grasping at air. He was the quiet storm, the unassuming genius. Across the Iberian Peninsula, another force was forging itself through sheer will. Cristiano Ronaldo dos Santos Aveiro, born on the island of Madeira, Portugal. His talent was undeniable, but it was raw, unrefined. He arrived at Manchester United under Sir Alex Ferguson as a flashy winger obsessed with stepovers. But Ronaldo possessed something beyond skill, an almost superhuman dedication to self-improvement. He lived in the gym, he practiced relentlessly, he sculpted his body into a perfect athletic specimen. Speed, power, aerial ability. Where Messi seemed born great, Ronaldo willed himself into greatness. He was the relentless machine, the sculpted Adonis, driven by an insatiable hunger to be the best. By the late 2000s, both had reached the summit. Ronaldo, leading Manchester United to Champions League glory, claimed his first Ballon d'Or in 2008. Messi, the heart of Pep Guardiola's revolutionary Barcelona side, responded by winning it the following year, leading his team to an unprecedented sextuple. The stage was set. The world knew these two were special, but nobody could have predicted the inferno that was about to ignite when, in the summer of 2009, Cristiano Ronaldo made a world record transfer to Real Madrid, the eternal rivals of Messi's Barcelona. What followed was arguably the greatest sustained period of individual rivalry sport has ever witnessed. For 9 seasons, La Liga became their personal battleground. El Clásico wasn't just a football match. It was a global event, watched by hundreds of millions, framed as a direct duel: Messi versus Ronaldo, Barcelona's tiki-taka philosophy versus Real Madrid's Galacticos. The narrative was irresistible. The numbers they produced during this era defy logic. They didn't just break records, they obliterated them. Scoring 50, even 60 goals in a season became routine. The Pichichi Trophy for La Liga's top scorer became their private property. The Ballon d'Or, the award for the world's best player, became a duopoly. From 2008 to 2017, they won every single one. 5 for Messi, 5 for Ronaldo. It was an era of unprecedented dominance, fueled by their relentless desire to outdo each other. Managers and teammates spoke of how the rivalry pushed them. Zinedine Zidane said, having Cristiano pushed Messi, and having Messi pushed Cristiano. Gerard Piqué admitted, they made each other better. Every goal Messi scored seemed to provoke an immediate response from Ronaldo, and vice versa. If one scored a hat-trick on Saturday, the other seemed compelled to score full game unmatched by almost anyone in history. You could admire Messi's artistry or Ronaldo's athleticism, but you couldn't deny the genius of either. They were two different answers to the same question: how do you dominate the world's most popular sport? Their influence extended far beyond the 90 minutes on the pitch. Messi and Ronaldo became arguably the two most famous human beings on the planet. Their faces adorned billboards from Buenos Aires to Beijing. Their jerseys were worn by millions. They transcended sport to become global cultural icons. This fame brought immense wealth through endorsements, with Nike backing Ronaldo and Adidas backing Messi in another layer to their rivalry. Their public personas also presented a fascinating contrast. contrast. Messi, often perceived as introverted, humble, letting his football do the talking. His brand was built on quiet brilliance, the good boy image. Ronaldo, on the other hand, embraced the spotlight, confident, sometimes perceived as arrogant, meticulously crafting his image, the CR7 brand. He understood the power of celebrity, building a social media empire that dwarfed almost everyone else on earth, athlete or otherwise. While Messi seemed almost uncomfortable with his fame, Ronaldo reveled in it, using it to build a global business. Yet beyond the brands and the rivalry, both used their platforms for significant charitable work. Messi, a longtime UNICEF ambassador, focused on vulnerable children. Ronaldo, known for his regular blood donations and contributions to hospitals. While the media often focused on their competition, their impact off the pitch demonstrated a shared understanding of their global responsibility. In 2018, the unthinkable happened. Cristiano Ronaldo left Real Madrid for Juventus. The El Clásico Wars were over. The direct week-in week-out comparison that had defined their rivalry was gone. Did the rivalry die? Not entirely, but it changed. Messi stayed at Barcelona for a few more years, eventually making his own tearful exit to Paris Saint-Germain, and later across the Atlantic to Inter Miami. Ronaldo's journey took him back to Manchester United and then to Saudi Arabia with Al Nassr. Their paths diverged. They were no longer competing for the same domestic trophies, no longer facing each other twice a season. Yet, the debate raged on. Ronaldo continued his relentless pursuit of goals and records, proving his adaptability in different leagues. Messi, perhaps evolving his game more, became even more of a playmaker while still capable of moments of breathtaking magic. The narrative shifted. Could Ronaldo still do it at the highest level in Europe? Could Messi finally achieve the one prize that had eluded him, the World Cup? In December 2022, Lionel Messi answered that question. Leading Argentina to glory in Qatar, he cemented his legacy for many, finally capturing the trophy that his critics always held against him. It was the crowning achievement of an unparalleled career. Ronaldo's World Cup journey ended in tears, but his impact on the Portuguese national team remained undeniable. The final chapters of their careers were being written, each adding different, complex layers to their legends. So after 15 years of breathtaking brilliance, shattered records, and a rivalry that defined an era, who is the greatest of all time? The Messi fans will point to the impossible talent, the World Cup, the record number of Ballon d'Ors. The Ronaldo fans will highlight the relentless dedication, the unmatched goal scoring across multiple leagues, the physical dominance, the Champions League records. Perhaps the question itself is flawed. Perhaps comparing them is like comparing a surgeon to a warrior. Both achieve greatness, but through vastly different means. What is undeniable is that we, the fans, were the true winners. We witnessed something unique in sporting history. Two transcendent talents, operating at the peak of their powers, simultaneously pushing each other to heights neither might have reached alone. They didn't just compete for trophies, they competed against the limits of possibility. The era of Messi versus Ronaldo dominating European football may be over, but their legacy, their numbers, and the endless debate they inspired will echo for deep dives into the legends of sport. Make sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.